Back with us to the SportsMax Zone. Let's zip through this segment because we want to get to the next great commentator. Match day 2 of Spain's La Liga will be played out across 9 games on Saturday and Sunday. We have the fixtures for you. Villarreal, Eibar, Getafe, Osasuna, Valencia go to Celta Vigo, Cadiz, they play Huesca, Granada entertain Alaves, via the lead go to Real Betis, and Real Madrid, their first game of the season, they play away to Real Sociedad. Now, these are the games you can watch on the Home of Champions. These are the live games this weekend. Celta Vigo, Valencia, and then Villarreal, Eibar, both on SportsMax 2. First one 9 a.m., second one 2 p.m. Then Sunday, Huesca, Cadiz, Granada and Alaves, then Real Sociedad and Real Madrid. SportsMax 2, 3 live games for you on Sunday.
Well, Real Madrid seem to have finally gotten rid of Gareth Bale, who arrived at Tottenham Hotspur today on what is initially a season-long loan. The 31-year-old had left Spurs for Real 7 years ago, arriving in Madrid as the most expensive player in history. But despite helping Real win the Champions League 4 times and La Liga twice, Bale became an increasingly isolated figure at Real Madrid over the past 2 years, frozen out by manager Zinedine Zidane and friendless in the dressing room. The question is, can he reassert his status as one of the world's best players under the guidance of Jose Mourinho at Spurs? George, Tino, George, you first.
No, Tino, you go first.
Okay.
I mean, it's good for Spurs. I was watching it on social media, and you know they're absolutely excited. They were actually chanting the song. Gareth Bale was born to play for Spurs, so it's good for Gareth to get out. I think he's still an exceptional talent, and he has some of the most exciting players ever. One of the players, George, as you know, you were a former footballer. Is when he ran around. I think one of the Barcelona defenders making pop his hamstring.
It was Mark Bartra in the Copa del Rey final.
Oh my God, that is one of the most spectacular things I've ever seen on a football field. That just show you how fast he was. And I still think he has a lot of gas still left in the tank. And I'm looking forward to seeing Spurs and seeing him and Mourinho work and stuff. I think that Spurs could be a little bit more competitive as well now, adding him to the squad. And I think that he's hungry. And I think he's going to go there. And I think that Spurs is going to be a contender. I mean, you don't want to get in too much with the Liverpool fans. I know they know saying Thiago. So I just think they could be a little bit more competitive now. So good on Spurs.
I think if Gareth Bale can survive Jose Mourinho, he'll be a success in his second coming at Spurs. We must remember he's not the same player who left there 7 years ago. He doesn't have the same pace. He will not be able to play the same way because Mourinho doesn't play the way that Harry Redknapp and Andre Villas-Boas allowed Spurs to play when Bale was there. And the supporting cast is different. Bale mentally, of course, is a superior player to when before he left, but athletically, he's not the same. So those of you who are expecting him to go on those 100-meter long-busting sprints, the one that Tina just mentioned, you may not see that kind of Gareth Bale, this version. But the most crucial thing is Mourinho. How will Mourinho allow Bale to play? How will Bale dovetail with Harry Kane? There is no outstanding midfield distributor at Tottenham Hotspur, as was there when Bale was there the first time, Luka Modric, as has been at Real Madrid all of his time at Real Madrid in the times that he was in favor and played, because Bale is a man, increasingly at Real Madrid, who needed to be serviced. Who will provide that service for him on the field? You can't now ask the premier goal scorer in the English Premier League, Harry Kane, to turn supply boy for Gareth Bale. It won't work. Yeah? So I'm just saying, it will depend a lot. His success will depend a lot, Tino, on how Mourinho allows him to play. And we know that the latter-day Mourinho is a coach who has lost it, is a coach who struggles to relate to people, to relate to players. And for that, I'm not gung-ho about this relationship because I just think that Mourinho is going to find a way to muck it up.
Yeah, that's true. I can tell you this here, Mariah. By the way, Mariah, you're wearing a top shirt. Come on, Chelsea.
Let me tell you something a lot of people are messaging me about is these are sponsored t-shirts. My team is Manchester City. I just wear whatever the sponsors tell us to wear.
George, you made a very interesting point. And Mourinho is not one of those coaches that are going to gas you up. He's going to make you come into that system. He's going to make you play to the way he wants you to play. He's not one of those guys that are going to come over and put his hand around you and say, oh, Gareth, You were one of the best players. You know, you were the highest paid player in the world at one stage. He's not that type of coach. And I think for Gareth, he needs to understand that that is our coach he's dealing with. Very similar to Zidane, I guess. So it's not an environment that he's not used to. I just think that he still has something in the tank, and I'm backing him to do well. I honestly believe love him to do well. And for my good friends who back Spurs, I got a couple of very good friends who love Spurs. So for their sake, I hope that he performs.
All right, so we go to break and come back. We have our announcement of the winner for the next great commentator.